and Mrs. Thomas says that that is Mr. Thomas's child.
Yes, Your Honor.
And she has placed that child for adoption?
That is my understanding. I will say on Ms. Thomas's behalf that there appears to be some evidence that this was an understood plan between them when they found out that the child was going to be born. That actually, according to Ms. Thomas and perhaps some messages she would admit at hearing, Mr. Thomas has spoken to the adoptive parents before, that there was some dispute over whether they were going to raise this child or not. And at this point, Ms. Thomas could speak for herself.
Well, if there is an afterborn child that was born while this case has been pending, then this court has jurisdiction over that child regardless of what has been filed in the state of Colorado.
Well, Your Honor, I will say simply for the fact that I do not want to waive any jurisdictional issue, and I've not had time since this was an emergency order filed. I would like to file the detailed response. I will raise a jurisdiction issue just to preserve it under the UCC JEE. It's not so clear which is the home state because the newborn child, if we parse them apart, right? The older child, absolutely concur with Your Honor. The youngest child, there may be some dispute over what is the home state. I have been informed that the state of Colorado has decided that they have jurisdiction and they are proceeding with this adoption proceeding. Again, I'm in candor to the court. It's a complicated issue to me, and I would need to file a brief and research that to give a response. But I do want to raise the objection that for the youngest child may not be the home state. But besides those things, Judge, I would also say,
You cannot divest this court of jurisdiction
understood.
by sending a child that is one of the children of these parties with a pending divorce action where custody of one child is already at issue, and then send one of the children that is alleged to be the biological child of Mr. Thomas. You cannot then send that to another state, that child, and defeat the jurisdiction of this court to make a custody determination. So I just want to make that clear that this court's opinion is that this court has jurisdiction over both children if they are in fact the children that were born of these parties. And that is what I'm told by both of you today. So I'm of the opinion that Mr. Thomas needs to contest the adoption. And if he does contest that adoption, I'm going to put an order down that's going to require both of the children to undergo DNA testing. How that is accomplished is going to be up to you and your client. That means that she's going to have to ensure that that child is coming back and is tested. Now, there are